IS 145. This is our second meeting regarding the high school application process. And we're still trying very hard to give you accurate information in terms of how we're going to make this happen. How are we going to support you in choosing the school that you want for your child next year? So I put together a timeline, and this is just homework for all of us. And maybe we should start by sharing our timeline, and then you will be able to watch some videos. And at the end, we're going to have a session where you could ask questions. So the good news is that you should have received all the letters to create your accounts. So that was sent to you December 14th. If for any reason you have not received the letter and therefore you cannot create your account, you're more than welcome to come tomorrow during the day and pick up a copy of that letter. So what I did as a principal and in collaborating and with Ms. Frias, who's in charge of the high school application process, we came to the school and we were able to print all the letters for every single family. So once again, if you have not received that letter, then you need to come to us on 34th Avenue, just ring the bell and we'll give you a copy. Without that, you cannot move on. So I'm sure you all received, I'm assuming that you all have received the letter, and I'm assuming that you have started creating your accounts. The second date that is critical here is 12/21, which is today. Specialized high school admission test registration and LaGuardia High School auditions opens. So any parent that's interested in having his or her child take the specialized high school test, the registration is open starting today. Then you have until January 15th to register your child. Specialized high school test registration closes January 15th. So this is a very important information that you have to keep with you at all times. Then the January 18th high school application opens. And that is something that we will have more meetings towards, I guess, mid-January to help, or after the 18th to help you with that process. So, and then January 27th, specialized high school test administration at IS 145. That week of January 27th. It could be the 27th, the 28th, the 29th, we don't know yet. But what's important, parents, is that the test, according to the chancellor, will be administered in this case at IS 145 for IS 145 students. So that will be the week of the 27th. So that's important for you to know that if you have your child taking this test, your child would have to come to IS 145 to take the test. I don't have more information in terms of proctoring procedures or any other information. I'll be sharing that with you later. And then February 22nd, high school application closes. So we have basically just a month. And don't forget, LaGuardia audition registration also closes. Don't forget, we have 600 students and we have to complete this process for 600 families. So don't wait to the last minute. Please don't wait to the last minute. If you need any help, you can always reach out to us. We're here to support each one of you. So these are very important dates. We will be adding more information to this timeline as soon as we get more dates coming from Central. And then we keep our line of communication open. So now I'm going to pass it over to Ms. Frias. You want to introduce yourself and then take them into the videos?
Yes. Good evening, parents. Welcome back. I'm so happy to be here with you and give you information. As Mr. Rodriguez said, we're getting information slowly, but this is so far, and I did post it, the letter that the chancellor sent to us in regards to the admission updates and what have changed. So what have changed is that the district priorities for programs are eliminated immediately. So no longer can a program have district priorities, okay? So this is something that over the next 2 years, he's going to eliminate more and more, but for this year, this is what's going to affect. Well, so when we will look at my schools in a little while, and I will show you what it means, but when you're looking at the high school admission guide, or when you're browsing in my schools, if the program says priority to District 24 students, that's going to be eliminated immediately. So these high schools are supposed to publicize that as soon as possible when the high school applications open, and you can use my school's account to explore for high schools. That updated information is going to be updated. So those high schools have to change that. And also the screen programs, they're going to use the 2018-2019 state test, ELA and math. So when the children took the test for 6th grade, those are the state's tests they're going to use. And also the academics, the grades for last year. I'm thinking that they're going to use the first marking period for 7th grade, but also all of that information has to be published by these schools through my schools when you are ready to apply for high school. So as of now, since September, we've been working towards putting together the list and building your application. So you should be already, you should know or have an idea of what schools, what programs you want to list on your high school application. Please, please, please don't wait until the week of the 18th to start working towards this. So what we have now, and also the audition programs, let's say for Frank Sinatra, any performing arts high school, this is something else that is new. The children are they're going to submit their audition virtually, and they're going to have what they call audition submission tool. And that's going to be coming, we're going to get more guidance in a few weeks on how they're going to submit their virtual audition. And it's going to be one for every single performing arts high school. So for example, if your child wants to audition for Frank Sinatra for fine arts, and they want to audition for art and design high school, and they want to audition for fashion industry for fine arts, they're going to just do one audition for all of those schools. So that changed. And that's going to also be virtually. So they're going to have that, what they call an audition submission tool, where they can just put it in there and submit their audition virtually. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to create my schools. We have a video for you. And Ms. Clapman will show it to you. Thank you.
Welcome. In this video, we'll show you how to create a MySchools account and add your child to it. What is MySchools? MySchools.nyc is both an online directory of New York City public schools and your personalized application. You can use it to explore program options, create and submit your child's application, and get their middle or high school offer. To set up your MySchools account, there are 2 steps. First, create your account, and second, add your child to it. This fall, every 5th or 8th grade student currently enrolled in a New York City public school will receive a welcome letter with instructions and a unique account creation code. If you have more than one child applying to school this year, you will receive a different code for each child. If you do not receive your welcome letter in the mail, please contact your child's current public school for a copy. If your child currently attends a private or parochial school, contact the Family Welcome Center to set up your MySchools account. Learn how at schools.nyc.gov/welcome centers. How to create your account. Once you have your welcome letter, read the first section. It walks you through how to create your MySchools account. Please note, if you've already created a MySchools account for another child in a previous year, you do not need to create a new account. Just log into your current account using the same email address. If you've forgotten your password, click the Forgot Your Password link on the login page and enter your email address to receive a password reset link. If you don't yet have a MySchools account, go to myschools.nyc and select or click on Get Started. On the following page, enter your information, including your email address. Then click Next. This will send a message from MySchools to the email address you entered. Log into your email account to find and open this message. Click the link in the message to confirm your email address and keep setting up your account. Please note, you cannot continue until you click this link. Now you're back on the account setup page. Here, you'll enter the rest of your information, including your phone number, address, and preferred language. Please note that the address you enter must be a New York City mailing address. Don't worry if it takes a little while to load. The system sometimes needs time to search for your address. Once you've entered your information, click Submit. When you've reached the dashboard page, your account is fully set up. Now that you've created your account, the next step is to add your child. To do this, you'll need two things. Number one, your child's MySchools account creation code. And number two, your child's student ID or OSIS number. We'll start with number one. You can find your child's unique account creation code at the top of their welcome letter. Please note that this code is different from your New York City Schools account or NYCSA creation code. Your New York City Schools account is a separate online resource where you can access your child's grades and other information once they're enrolled in a New York City public school. For MySchools, you will need your child's unique MySchools account creation code. Moving on to number two. All current New York City public school students, including charter school students, have a 9-digit student ID or OSIS number, which you can find on their report cards and transcripts, in your New York City Schools account if you have one, or by asking your child's current school. If your child currently attends a charter, private, or parochial school, ask your school or a family welcome center to print your welcome letter. It will list your child's student ID number next to their account creation code. Once you have both your child's account creation code and their student ID number, you can add your child to your MySchools account. Here's how. Go to myschools.nyc and log in. On your dashboard, click the large Add a Child button. If you're using a mobile device, scroll down. This button is located towards the bottom of the page. On the next page, select the NYC residents applying to middle schools or high schools option and click Next. On this page, you'll enter your child's student ID in the top box using no spaces or dashes. Now enter their 6-letter account creation code in the bottom box in all capital letters. Then click Next. Be sure to double check your typing. If it doesn't work the first time, try again with the same student ID and account creation code. The following screen will confirm that your child was added to your account. Click Go to Dashboard and you'll now see your child listed here whenever you log in. Until the application or registration period opens, this is all you can view within your MySchools account. To continue exploring school options before then, please log out to look through the MySchools middle or high school directory. Once the application opens, you will be able to access a personalized version of this directory through your account. In addition to exploring school options, you will be able to save your favorite programs, add them to your child's application, and apply. Have questions about middle or high school admissions? Visit us at schools.nyc.gov/middle and schools.nyc.gov/high to learn more. And watch our next video to learn how to apply to middle school and high school using MySchools.
Okay.
Welcome. You're watching the middle school admissions video series. In
This is
this
not the one,
video,
Jamie.
we will focus on exploring schools. Students are eligible to apply for schools in the district where they live and
Can you
Yeah.
send me the high school one?
Yeah. Can
Yes.
you bring me back a little bit so I can talk about it and
Yeah,
then?
yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, so parents, as you saw, I hope that everybody has their account and their letter. Mr. Rodriguez said, we printed all of them out. And also, if you need me to email it to you, please, you need to email me and request it. So I can also email it to you. And then you can, you need that account. So that's the number one step, because without the account, you cannot register right now for the specialized high school test. So you need to open the account, create the account. And what you're going to see once you open it, you're going to see the option of registration for the specialized high school test. That's the only thing you're going to see. And when you click there, if you're going to register for the test, you're going to click get started. And then it's going to take you to the specialized high schools. So on the top, you're going to click the test, and then you're going to rank the school in order of preference. So you're going to have the list, and you're going to drag the schools and apply and rank them. So that's number one if you interested in taking the specialized high school test. So that opened up today, and you have until the 15th to register. If you're having any issues for any reasons, you have to email me and I can register your child for the test, but you have to email me then which schools in what order you want me to rank the specialized high schools. So that's important. You have to tell me if you want to apply for all the 8 specialized high schools and in which order you want them, you want to rank them. Okay, so that's important. So that's the number one thing. Yes, so the next video is how to use My Schools, exploring high schools, and also how to use My Schools online directory. So I don't know if you have that one, Jamie.
I don't, I'm looking for it. The one that the 2 that I had are the ones that Mr. Mateo sent me. So if I made you co-host, so if you have it.
Yeah, it's just that my volume is not going to be.
Can you just email me the link then and I'll bring it up?
It's the same one that you said it was in your Google Classroom, right?
Yeah, the exploring high schools, it says, yeah. So if you have it.
So.
Exploring high schools. Okay. Let me send the link, Jamie, right now. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Sent it, Jamie.
Okay, thank you. Just waiting. There we go. Okay.
Also, I encourage the parents to sign up for, to get notifications. That's very important from the, yeah, that's the video.
Here we go.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Welcome. You're watching the NYC High School Admissions video series. In this video, we will show you how to use My Schools to find detailed information about high schools and their programs. We invite you to learn about the different types of high schools in New York City. Some reserve seats for specific student groups, offer additional services, or provide opportunities to earn college credits or gain work experience. Let's go over a few of them. Some schools offer programs that focus on performing and visual arts. Some schools have career and technical education, or CTE programs, which offer career and college pathways to high growth industries. There are 16 industry categories at over 100 high schools with CTE programs. Some are early college schools, where you can get an associate's degree in addition to your high school diploma by the time you graduate. Some are early college and career schools, grades 9 to 14, where students can remain at the school after they finish 12th grade to complete the first 2 years of college. Some are performance assessment schools, where students complete a project-based curriculum instead of taking certain Regents exams. Some are community schools, which connect students and families with resources like health clinics and tax preparation help. Some schools are specifically designed for newly arrived students who are learning English. And some are comprehensive high schools, which are usually large schools that offer a wide range of opportunities. We encourage all families to learn about different high schools and broaden their horizons. The best fit for you may be a school you've never heard of. To find schools and programs now, visit myschools.nyc, then scroll down and click the Start Browsing button. On the next screen, select High School. This leads to the searchable online directory, which looks like this. You can type your home address here if you want to see schools close to home. The map will show your home and the locations of the schools nearby. In the search box, you can search for anything you want. You can type the name of a school you want to learn about, or you can type something you want in a school, like debate. You can also search for the different types of schools and programs mentioned earlier. Filter buttons are below the search box, and these help you narrow down your search. When you click on the subway filter, you can choose subway lines. Then, only the schools near the subway lines you chose will appear. Would you thrive in a big or small school? The size filter will help you find schools with your preferred size. Use the sports filter to show schools that offer the sports you're interested in. Use the interest areas filter to find programs that focus on and/or offer courses in subjects or fields you care about, such as architecture or health professions. The More Filters button has many more options to help you find the schools you want. Use this button to only see schools in a certain borough or to find schools in accessible buildings. Remember, high school admissions is for everyone. Every high school program is open to students with disabilities. If your IEP specifies District 75 Inclusive Services, ASD Nest, ASD Horizon, or ACES programs, you can find these programs using the More Filters button as well. Students who are recommended for these programs participate in high school admissions the same way as their general education peers. You can also find schools with CTE programs and early college schools in this filter. Some schools have a diversity in admissions initiative. These schools have an admissions priority for certain students, such as low-income students, students in temporary housing, and students who are learning English. To find these schools, choose this option under More Filters. Every high school is open to students who are learning English. Choose School for New Arrivals to see schools that are specifically designed for newly arrived students who are learning English. To learn more about a particular school, click on the school name. Then you'll see the school's page like this. If you're using My Schools on your phone or tablet device, you'll be able to search for schools from a list view or a map view. You can move back and forth between these views by clicking on the list and map icons. If you're using a computer, you'll see the school list and a map at the same time. On any device, you can see information about the school, such as its address, contact information, and an overview of the school. Scroll down below the overview to see information on what the school offers. The performance section shows the school's graduation rate, safety, attendance, and other important numbers. The academics section shows the school's academic opportunities, including AP courses and language classes. The activities section shows clubs, sports, and other extracurriculars. Other features shows the school's special features, such as having a health center on campus. Accessibility shows if the school building is fully or partially accessible. When you apply to high school, you are not just applying to schools, you are applying to high school programs. Think of a program as a doorway to get into a school. Some schools have one program, others have two or more. Each program counts as a separate choice on your high school application. If a school has multiple programs, you can apply to more than one. Scroll down and you'll see the programs at the school, like this. This is an example of a large, comprehensive high school with many different programs. Click on the name of any program to read more about it. Now you're ready to explore schools and programs in My Schools on your own, with your family, and with your school counselor. Along the way, take notes about schools and programs of interest. Watch the next videos to learn more about your chances of getting offers to specific programs and how offers are determined.
Okay. Okay, great. So I hope that was helpful. As when the high school applications open, everything will be updated in My Schools, and you will be able to use your My Schools account to save your favorite programs or the programs you're going to apply to, and then from there you can submit your high school application. So for now, what you want to do if you're interested in taking the specialized high school test or auditioning for La Guardia, that's what you must do. You must register now for it. And we'll have more meetings regarding high school, and we'll be at the school, helping if you need any help. You can email me, as I say, if you have trouble with the account, or if you need me to register your child for the specialized high school, but you have to also email me which schools you want to apply to from the specialized high schools. And if you want to audition for La Guardia also. I don't know if there's, if we want to open it for like questions. I'm sure you have a lot of questions now. I can answer. Is there anything on the chat that I can answer?
There was just one about address. I already answered that person directly.
Okay, great.
I don't see anything else. Any parents, any questions, students?
Yes, you can unmute if you want. We can.
So the question is, so is Maspeth High School now open to all New York City students, not just District 24?
Yes, good question. I was going to use that school as an example. It's open now for everybody. It has to say open to New York City residents. It cannot say priorities to District 24 students. And then they have like 3 different priority groups. No longer they can have that. They want to make it equitable for everybody to apply. And this is the step number 1 this year. He permanently eliminated in any district priorities from programs. Even in Manhattan, there's a lot of them. Like Manhattan is heavy duty. In Queens, some of them, that's one high school that has that priority for District 24 students. But in Manhattan, there's a lot of district priorities. So that's immediately is going to be eliminated. Good question.
For my school's address, you messed it up with putting the wrong one.
But for my school address, what do you mean?
When I put my address for the My School, when creating the My Schools account, you messed it up by putting a different address.
Who messed it up?
So I emailed you, I believe, about changing my address because I recently moved, and on my schools account, it shows the wrong address, and I'm not sure how to change
Is
that.
is that the updated one? Is that the new one that is showing?
It's
Let me answer that question.
Mhm.
Okay, so the address has to be changed in ATS
Right.
from our end. So if that address was not changed in our school, that is 145 ATS system, ATS is the system that records all the changes that are submitted in a student's profile throughout the years. So I would have to, what is your class? Let me look it up right now. What is your class?
853.
853. And your last name?
Paul.
Your last name is Paul?
Yeah.
You spell it for me, please?
Paul.
That's your last name. And your first name?
Ipshita. IPSITA.
Okay, let me look it up to see what's in the system, okay?
Okay, thank
I'll be
you.
right back.
Okay.
I got it. Just
Yeah, I had the same problem like that.
Okay.
you have
so-
that, yes?
Yeah, I also want to update my address because I recently changed.
Paul, I mean, you have your OSIS number? Okay, I'll look it up because that's private information. I'll look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody that stated that they changed their address, I either say send a new address and a picture of a utility bill with a new address. And I forward that information to the school secretary and she has to change it, okay? So if you're having any trouble in my schools, you have to keep trying, all right? Because as the video say, when you saw, you gotta keep trying, all right? You gotta have patients. And I don't know, that was recently, so it might have not kicked in yet in ATS if they did change it, okay? So,
Miss Frias, another question is, if they didn't receive the letter, where can they get their code?
okay, so you can email me and then I can email you the letter and the code is gonna be there on the letter.
And the other option, I think Mr. Rodriguez also mentioned they can come to school and pick it up.
And they can also get a hard copy by the school, yeah. Sure.
The other question is, can we fill application for multiple schools?
It's one application and then you have 12 choices. Okay, guys, so yeah. It's gonna be multiple schools. You're gonna list 12 programs, right? They could be either from 12 different high schools or they could be 2 or 3 programs from the same high school as you saw in the video.
For my address change, when you put it in the My Schools account, it's not my old address you put a whole different one. That's not my old one nor new one.
Okay, so Mr. Rodriguez is looking into it. I don't put anything, sweetheart, okay? I don't do change of addresses. So
Again, on the
I'm
process
saying it's me.
the process of changing your address
Yeah.
is not as simple as us logging into a computer and changing it. There has to be proof, and you have to provide like a utility bill or some type of proof of address. Did you provide that to us, Paul?
No.
Ms. Frias, can you type in your email address in the chat? They're asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have put my utility.
Ipsita, are you there? Ipsita, Paul.
Yes.
Okay, where can I call you? Because I don't want to disclose information publicly.
Yeah.
I can send my number to you if that's okay.
Send it to me privately. Send me a private message to me.
Okay.
And I call you and I give you the information.
Mr. Rodriguez gets your number.
And I'll be calling you and I will share with you the information that I have in the system.
Okay, I have it, the number, Mr. Rodriguez.
Okay, you could text it to me.
No problem.
Okay, so the high school application opened the week of January 18th. That's when the high school application opened. And I put my email address in the chat. And there's another question. The deadline for the high school applications is February 22nd. So please, guys, You got to put that together now. You have to make that list of programs now because you will have, it will open January 18th that week and it will close. They only give you a little over a little bit more than a month. That's it to submit the high school application. So the deadline is February 22nd. Okay, the timeline that Mr. Rodriguez shared with you at the beginning, I'm going to post that in our Google Classrooms. Okay. But you have to have those programs already and be looking for programs in my schools. Okay, so if you need me,
question, Ms.
go ahead.
Says, I'm a new student in IS 145. I did not give state's exams for last year because I just moved to New York this year. So how can I apply to screen programs?
Okay, so you were not here in 6th grade?
Basically, yeah.
No, okay. You were not here in 6th grade. So we're just going to use the last year's 7th grade grades. And if you were not here last year, then we use the 8th grade first marking period. Now, that's what I would enter in your My Schools account so the high schools can view it. And they will see when you enter the New York School public system. So, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of schools, as you saw, for newly arrived students. If you go on My Schools and use that filter and look for those newly arrived schools, I would recommend for you to look at those schools, okay?
Okay, so that's what
Thank you.
the problem.
Yes, you're welcome, sweetheart.
Okay,
Yeah,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to show them now, Ms. Frias, how to access the video and the information from our website, just in case they want to review the video again that we just provided them. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and share that information with you. So are you able to see my screen, Ms. Frias?
Yes.
Okay, so remember our website is 145innovators.com, and under our school, you will scroll down to school counselors, and in there, you will see our school counselor. There's Ms. Frias right there, and then on the right-hand side, did she move it?
You should have been there.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to make
Moved
it
it on me?
easier. Sorry. I didn't know you were going to do this. My apologies. So let me just finish. I'm putting it under the students tab and it's going to say high school admissions.
Okay.
I'm not done
It's
yet.
going to be,
Give me 1 second. It'll get done. Just
No
one
problem.
Sorry. I didn't know you were doing
so
this.
we do these things live. That's what happens when everything is live.
Exactly.
It was here 20 seconds ago. Just give it 10 more seconds and it will reload. Let me reload.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's okay. So I was looking at some questions. Can we go back so I can?
Sure, in the meantime.
Yes, so let me answer this question. Yes, the only thing that has changed is district priorities. All other criteria remain the same. But if for screen programs, yes, they will use the state test for 6th grade and they will use last year's 7th grade grades. So you have to, once the high school applications are open, you're going to see they're going to update everything in My School. And then you have to compare your 7th grade grade, I think it's the first marking period, to whatever that particular program is asking for, okay? And the levels of your state test for 6th grade.
Okay, so is Ipsita, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, so you and I are going to train these parents now. We're going to do a presentation together.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So I called Ipsita and there were a couple of mistakes, right, Ipsita?
Yeah.
So the first one had to do with the house number. So when you sent this information remotely, they forgot to add a 0, right, Ipsita?
Yes.
And there was another mistake, and they wrote street as opposed to avenue, right?
Yeah.
And there was another mistake on the zip code was a little bit off. So again, parents, we were all working remotely, and sometimes we send information because that's the only way we can do it. But it was good not to say that Miss Frias messed it up.
I'm like, what is she accusing me of?
So it's more about making sure that all the information is accurate, and you let us know. And then first thing I'm going to do tomorrow morning, I'm going to update your address, Ipsita. So this is a good example for all the parents. So make sure your address is updated. Any changes, make sure that if you need any documentation about your address, let me know. I'll send it to you. But that was a good activity, right, Ipsita?
It was.
Okay. I'll see you soon, Ipsita. So I'm gonna fix this. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, it's the school secretary. So what I do is when you guys send me the address, the change of address, I'll forward that information to her. She's the one who changes. And so,
Right.
and most of the,
I know one. I'm sorry, Rizvi. I forget. And no one is in the building but me,
right.
and that makes a work a little bit harder because then we work remotely. We don't even see each other anymore. But we have to fix this. I don't want to jeopardize your high school application. So, okay.
So, Exita, are you applying for the specialized high school test? Are you taking it?
Yes, I am.
You are, okay. So if you, for some reason, we cannot figure these errors out, and it's gonna take a long time, what you can do is you can email me, right? And then rank the schools that you wanna apply to for the specialized high school. And then give me the list from 1 to 8, right?
Okay.
In order of preference, and I can register you for the test and rank the schools for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Frias. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, going back to how to access the information in our website. So again, once you go to 145innovators.com, you can go to the tab where it says students. This is the new place, and it's gonna be under high school admission. Once you click there, the information is there. On the right-hand side, you're gonna see creating my school's account and the information and the videos available. If you scroll back up and you go to exploring high schools, you're gonna click that, and it's gonna bring you straight into the video that we saw today. So both videos are there available, so you could watch them at your own pace. And any questions you might have, you have our Ms. Fria's email. And you know that if you need the code, you can always email Ms. Frias or come into the school to get a hard copy.
And once again, I see questions, when does high school application open? So again, maybe I'm gonna send to you the timeline, because I see some parents asking the same question about when does the high school application open. So I'm gonna send to you, this is, and maybe Ms. Clapman, we could post it in our school
Right
website.
It's posted
here.
already in the high.
If you go to high school admission and go all the way down,
It's there.
it's here. And it's also, I'll show you for everybody. As soon as Mr. Rodriguez sent me that, I posted it on our calendar. So you'll see it. So today, if you look, LaGuardia High School auditions open, specialized high school admission test registration begins. And then if you go into January, sorry, I'll go to January so you guys can see it. It's all here. Specialized high school test registration is closed. High school applications open. Specialized high school test administration at IS 145. So that's for our students. And then when we get to February, that date is here also. High school applications close.
Right, very good.
It's
So
all
again-
on our website.
So again, use the website to your advantage. There's a lot of information there. We move it, we keep it live. Ms. Clapman does a great job of keeping everything updated for you guys, and it's available in any language.
And again, some questions like, what high school can you recommend me for law? Again, I think we cannot recommend any school. We can just show you how to look at different features or programs for a particular school. And that's why it's so important that you study you go to the directory and you look at the school and you look at the programs. And there are some indicators for every particular school that will lead you to make the right decision. But you have to do that homework.
Yes, they have to use my schools to look for those high schools. And as you saw how to use the filters, you can actually filter interest area, law, and high schools in Queens, and it will And all of those high schools will appear, they offer these programs. There's another question there about the specialized high schools. That is based on what you, not on your grades, not the 7th grade grades or your state test levels. It's based on the tests, only the tests. If you pass the tests, and that's how you get in on one of the schools, okay? It's by seat availability and the tests. That's how you get in. And I can't see the other question.
It was about District 24, that Math-based high school now is open for.
Okay,
we did
now
that.
it's open for everybody. Thank God. Thank God. Oh
Things
my
are
God.
changing. I mean, things are changing.
Yeah, that was driving me crazy because District 24 and District 30, they're like right there. So why do you just select, why is it just open for District 24 students? So now you guys have the green light to open for, apply for that high school.
So when it says, so I have to go to school to receive the note, are you referring to your
The code.
letter with the code?
Not
Again, they
really.
can email Ms. Frias or they can come in and pick it up
Mhm.
for a hard copy.
And if you still don't receive it, then just come around here and we'll give it to you.
Or if you have problems like with, if it says that your email has been already registered, that means that your parents, the email you're using to create the account, you're not creating the account. You have to sign in with that email and add yourself, because that means that your parents have an account already. And please don't confuse what's the other NYC student account with my school's account. I think there's a lot of confusion with that. They totally two different accounts. So
Put that to the.
Yeah,
yes.
one is for your report cards and your yearly progress. The other one is for creating your high school and selecting your high school.
I'm putting the link for my schools on that high school administration spot so that they don't get confused. So everything for high school administration, the timeline, your login, just go right to the website through there, how to create any videos. We'll put it in this section so you can go back to it. And like Mr. Mateo said, you can transform anything into any language if you need it other than English.
Right, and when it comes to the specialized high school test, it is not necessary, it's not mandatory. But if you want to apply for those specialized high schools, then you have to take it.
Yes,
Ms.
correct.
Frias?
Yes, correct. That's a separate application. So the required one, the one you have to submit, is the one with the 12 choices, right? The specialized high school test is optional. So if you do want to take it, then you're applying for 8 additional high schools, okay? So let's say you're interested in Stuyvesant High School, you like that high school. Well, in order to apply for that high school, you have to take the test.
Right.
That does not go in your 12 choice application. And where can you change your address? Well, we said, you email me your address and I will forward it to the school secretary. If you have to change your address.
Make sure it's accurate.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so any other questions, parents? Are we good? So we're gonna have more meetings, right?
Yes.
As soon as the application opens up, I think it's January 18th.
Yes.
And that's where the real work begins.
Yes. And
hopefully you have already selected the schools.
yes.
Separate system, I guess.
Yes.
And then it's just a matter of transferring that information. Parents, even it says the last day is February 22nd. We cannot accommodate 600 parents the last week of the week of February 15th to the 22nd. I mean, we can't. So let's do this as soon as possible. If you need help, you can always come around here and we try to help you.
Yes.
Make sure you do your homework by choosing the schools that you would like your child to attend in September.
And Fatima, she's so stressed. Don't be stressed. Just, when I go to the Google classes, I talk to you about take an hour a day. You don't have to do everything right now. You don't have to come up with 12 choices in one day, in 20 minutes, in a few hours. You take an hour each day and look at 3 high schools and decide if you want a listing on your high school application. Research them. Go to My School's online directory. Go to their website. That's how you select the high schools. Okay?
Okay, any more questions? We have to get ready for the Spanish
next one.
speaking parents. So thank your parents. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. It was a pleasure having all of you together in this type of meeting. And take care, Ipsita. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.